Hi, Henry. You here yet? I saw your
So,
name. I suppose you're getting in.
yeah, I'm in.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Great. So you're going to turn on your camera, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, give me a second
Sure,
here.
sure. Great.
Just got to the office not long ago. So,
Right. Okay, take your time. All right. While Henry is setting up the camera and stuff, I will first introduce Henry, which is today is our 55th WordPress Meetup. Today is about WooCommerce best practice. And Henry is the person I knew for like 4 years because of the WordPress as well. That's my boy. Okay,
hello.
yeah. Yeah, and he knew a lot of stuff about digital marketing, especially for e-commerce, because he ran like I actually don't know how many e-shop you ran in Singapore, Lazada, and other platform. You probably have like 10 of those, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
We'll follow up.
that's amazing. And he got a actually multiple seven-figure business with actually he got a master skill of outsourcing people who help him like for VA virtual assistant to support him for the business growing, which is amazing, I think, because in where I stay at the moment in Hong Kong, we do actually use a lot of VA like you do, which is something we learn about it. So, but today I actually got some business I need to take care of really urgently. So I will hand over to Henry, who will help to share for today's topic and do the moderation as well. So let me just pass you the host. Now you should be the host. Can you see that?
Yeah, let me see here. Yes,
Right.
yes. Thank you so much.
Great. Great. So it's all yours now. Thanks for your help, mate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Let me mute
Yeah.
my
Take
phone and all that.
take your time. I need to go now. Thanks,
Yeah,
mate.
sure. Right. Thank you, Ivan, for having me here today. Um, I have spoken at the Hong Kong WordPress meetup before. I think I was sharing about some of the top plugins for that I use for WooCommerce, I think. So uh so if some of you want to check that out, I think your Zoom recordings are all recorded as well, so you guys can probably refer back and see if you can still find my talk previously, right? So just give me a second to load up my slides here. Okay. All right, we've got some people in. Let me just share my screen here. Okay, so hope you all don't mind because I'm using some online based presentation tool, right? So I'm not real and it's my first time using it, so I'm not really sure. Looks like my picture is overlapping as well. Let me just move it here. Okay, so let's get going. Okay, so today I'm going to be sharing about WooCommerce best practices. My name is Henry Ho, right? So okay, so okay, weird. It was fine yesterday. I think I changed the font, so everything a little bit messed up. So hope you all don't mind. Okay, so if you stay till the end, what happens is I'm going to give you access to a private video of mine, and it helps you to, it's a video that is actually a live case study of how I discover $1 million product opportunities for your e-commerce store, right? And it's a simple three-step method that I use to identify products that's going to be, low competition and high volume, so that you can easily start selling and start making money with. Okay, so a little bit about myself. I personally currently run like about six different WooCommerce stores, and that's not just WooCommerce itself. I sell on Lazada, I sell on Shopee. I'm sure you guys have Shopee. I sell on Carousel. I sell on eBay, I sell on Amazon, I sell on Qoo10, I sell on Presto Mall. A lot of these, some of you might not even have heard of them before, because they are based in Singapore and Malaysia, right? And my store, they span from not just in Singapore. I also sell in Hong Kong. One of my store here, Pure Chinese Tea, is actually based in Hong Kong. We sell, which is what they are saying, Chinese tea, and we sell tea accessories as well. And in fact, we are ranked like number one on Google for quite a number of keywords in Hong Kong itself. Maybe some of you who buy tea or buy tea accessories online, you might even see my store before, right? Okay, so last year, in fact, I did more than $3 million in which was, the year of the start of COVID, right? And we are still going through that phase itself. And to be honest, in 2019, I only did about $2 million. And 2020, right, I did more than $3 million, right? So that's actually more than 50% growth in my businesses, because um I think during this kind of situation, right, it really drives your the online businesses even more. So like for example, myself, I am ordering, like we have like Food Panda here in Singapore. I'm not sure what food delivery services you have in Hong Kong right now, but I'm sure a lot of you are also ordering food online and have it delivered as well. More people are ordering products online, like ordering, like for example, for my kids, I have to order baby diapers for them, right? Milk powders for them, and all these are all being delivered to our homes, right? So more and more people are actually buying stuff online rather than trying to go out, right? Even after COVID, yes, there will be people going offline, right? I mean, as in they'll go back into buying offline, but because over that 1 or 2 years of you yourself buying and shopping online, right? Then that kind of forces you into a habit. I would say that I think it's it will kind of stay on for some time, right? And I, because of of my e-commerce ventures as well, I was able to own multiple private properties as well. In fact, right now I'm actually in my office, which is actually in Golden Mile Complex, and this building has a has a wonderful history. If you actually look into the way that it's being built, right, it has that Hong Kong style um um features that you see, where there isn't enough space, and then you try to extend out, right, which is what the Hong Kong buildings are like. So actually this kind of similar as well. In case I didn't mention as well, I have stayed in Hong Kong for quite some time. My wife is a Hong Konger as well, right? So I do know a little bit about Hong Kong. And myself, I run a team of about 25 members as well. I have developers on my team. I have designers. I have customer support, right? I have copywriters as well, and they, I have a team, and because of that, I'm able to work wherever I want and whenever I want, right? But that's actually not how it's not like I have all this right from the start, right? I was actually born, I would say, raised in a below average family. This is my family here. On the bottom left, this is my mom, right? And my mom is an office attendant. So what she does, she's basically like a office cleaner. She cleans the toilet, she cleans the office, vacuum the office, and she also makes coffee for the bosses, and that's her job, right? And my dad on the bottom right here that you are seeing, he collects recyclables to sell them for money. And actually, that's what my dad does. So I'm sure you all have people like that in Hong Kong as well, where you see some people, they collect the cardboard boxes, some drink cans and stuff like that. That's actually what my dad does, right? So actually, Singapore and Hong Kong is not that different as well, right? You see people going to the rubbish disposable area, and then they pick all this stuff up. That's what my dad does as well. So and all my life while I was growing up, right, I never had the I've never ever wanted anything because I knew my parents couldn't afford it. Am I right? How many of you are like that as well? How many of you um you understand what I am talking about? Could y'all just type yes in the chat, right? Sam giving me a thumbs up, right? Thanks so much. Right. So but when I was 14 years old, right, we call that like secondary school, secondary two in Singapore. I really wanted to you know play the guitar. I really want to play guitar. I went so what I so but a guitar is not, it's not cheap back then, right? So um like we couldn't afford it as well. So what I so but I really wanted it, right? I couldn't um bring up the topic and ask my mom for it. All right. So I held it in my heart for about 2 months. I had this internal struggle within me. Should I ask her? Should I not ask her? If I ask her, it's gonna make things difficult for her, right? And if I don't ask her, I don't feel uh I don't feel happy about it. Because I've got this burning passion in me, right? And in fact, before I became getting into the e-commerce business, I was actually in the music business itself. I was a musician. I play at weddings. I also produce music for other people as well, right? So I couldn't bring myself to tell my mom I want a guitar. So but after 2 months I realized I can't hold it back any longer because it's been 2 months, right? It means that this is something that I really wanted. So I asked my mom, hey, mommy, could you buy me a guitar? What do you think she said? What do you think she said? Could you type the answer into the chat? What do you think my mom said? Can you actually use the chat? I'm not sure because I don't use Zoom that much, right? Okay.
Sorry, Henry, what was the question?
Oh, the question is, what do you think my mom said when I asked her, could you buy me a guitar? Are you able to type in the chat? Not sure how it works. Okay, no worries, right? What my mom said was she said okay, right? She said okay, but I could tell in the eyes, right, that she had to sacrifice certain things for me, uh, to actually, purchase this guitar for me, right? This is actually my guitar that I own. And so what I did was, I worked hard and study hard, and I graduated as one of the top students in Singapore Polytechnic, right, which is one of the top polytechnics in Singapore. And I was studying music. This is my one of the top producer, sound engineer in Singapore as itself, right? It's one of my lecturers, right? And so after I graduated, I worked hard. After, I mean, of course, in Singapore I served the army first, and then I went out and I worked hard at my job, selling these musical instruments and audio equipment. So these are actually for like studio recording equipments. And so what I did was I did online marketing for them. I ran Facebook ads for them. And when people and we will get people to come in for our workshop, where I will actually demo how to set things up, how to make use of these products. And then when people and then what we'll do is we'll offer them a discount if they purchase from us, right? So that was what I did. And I actually helped them to do an additional 1.2 million Singapore dollars. So when I say dollars, right, it's Singapore dollars, not Hong Kong dollars, right? So you just got to take the number and multiply it by about 5.8, right? So I did an additional 1.2 million Hong Kong dollars for my ex-boss, right? So how many of you think that 1.2 million dollars additional revenue, it's a lot of money? Could y'all maybe can y'all do like, okay, there's a clap here. I'm not sure how it works. Are y'all able to, y'all can type in the chat, is it? Okay, so there's some claps, right? And then I think Patrick is raising his hand. Thanks so much. Okay, so and this is actually what he did. My ex-boss did to me, right? He actually fired me, right? And it was so I actually went into right desperation mode and got to think about what I got to do, because I was actually earning a lot of money because I was working on commission, right? And then you but then my boss realized that he's paying so much money to me, so he fired me and hired somebody else cheaper, right? So so what happened was, after I was fired there, I realized that, hey, the online marketing world, right? It's there is an opportunity to actually make money online, right? So and that was when I actually started using WordPress about 10 years ago. And then, because I was fired, right, then I went back into making use of WordPress. And because I saw that, hey, selling physical products is so much easier than trying to sell a digital product, right? So because something that is physical, you don't have to convince people the value of it, right? If the iPhone is $1,000, it is $1,000, right? So if let's say I can't sell an iPhone for $1,000, maybe I shouldn't say $1,000. Let's say it's 6,000 Hong Kong dollars. I think it's around that price, right? So 6,000 Hong Kong dollars. And if I can't sell at $6,000, if I sell at $5,500, okay, would a lot of people buy the iPhone? Would a lot of people buy the iPhone? Right, a lot of people actually come up to you and say, hey, if you put your brand new iPhone that you purchased or somewhere, and you put it up for $5,500 on carousel, for example, all right, wouldn't a lot of people come up to you? Right? Yes, right. So what happened is, I realized of e-commerce so good, and it's so easy it's much easier to start as a business. And then I make use of WooCommerce, right? And it's because of WordPress and WooCommerce that uh you know that I'm able to be in front of you guys and sharing about my knowledge and about my story today. And in fact, because of WooCommerce, I'm so grateful to them that I also volunteer myself as a WordPress and WooCommerce co-organizer in Singapore, and I also frequently give talks at some of the WordPress meetups around the world, right? So today I want to be sharing about 3 tips, right, to help you to skyrocket your profits. And I will be talking about 3 tips, which is number one would be traffic. Okay, because I believe that e-commerce business is actually very simple, right? A lot of people overthink, right? It's very simple. It's just traffic, right? Then conversion, and then repeat business, right? Traffic, conversion, and then repeat business, right? Could can you all I know I can't see your messages or whatever it is. When I say, traffic, conversion, repeat business, right? Just repeat that in your mind multiple times, and that's going to, it help you to ingrain that idea, right? Because sometimes a lot of us overthink, and we just need to go back into that basic. We send traffic to our website, we convert them, and then we try and get these people who purchase to come back and make repeated purchases. Okay, so that's the entire business of e-commerce. That's how simple it is, right? So step one is we're going to be talking about traffic. Okay, by the way, my slides at this point is a little bit simple because there isn't much pictures, a lot of words around, right? Because I actually did this from yesterday, right? So I'm going to be sharing a little bit about SEO, Facebook and YouTube ads, Google Shopping ads, and a little bit about community. So what I have done tons of different marketing methods. So I've done SEO, I've done Facebook ads. In fact, I've spent, I think, close to $500,000 Singapore dollars on Facebook ads till date. YouTube ads, Google Shopping ads, and one of the really good traffic methods that I have come across is traffic from a community, right? So these are the powerful ones. Okay, just give it a second. I think I was cut out a little bit over there, right? So let's move on. Okay, so first one, I think this is where everyone is like interested about, because whenever we talk about WordPress, right, everyone is always talking about SEO and all that kind of stuff. In fact, Ivan himself is an SEO expert, right? And I think his YouTube channel, he talks a lot about his SEO content and stuff like that. So definitely go check him out. I don't have his YouTube link, right, but go and subscribe to his channel. Okay, so SEO, it's when we're going to break it down, it's really simple. It's just on page optimization, right? So SEO is always like on page and off page, right? So on page optimization, then SEO, we talk about content writing as well. So adding more content is going to help you to have more words being indexed in Google, so that more people can come across your website, right? So the more content you have, the more you will appear in the search results as well. And off-page optimization helps you to rank up higher in the Google search results as well. Okay, so what on-page optimization is making your website or making your pages much more easier to understand by Google, right? Do you understand what your content is about, so that you can help Google understands and be able to extract the data from your website much easier, right? So the first thing, what if you already have a website, then what I recommend that you guys do is to do an audit of your website first, right? Make use of an SEO audit tool. Okay, there are quite a few out there. One is called Screaming Frog, which is, I think, possibly the most popular one. Is called Screaming Frog. Then I use Lebrica, but I would recommend that if you are a total newbie on SEO, right, make use of this tool here called Scrapy. Right, make use of this tool here called Scrapy, right? Because they actually teaches you like the errors that you get on your website and how to fix them. Okay, then you want to make use of an SEO plugin as well. So by default, WordPress does not have much SEO features itself. You can only set the title, the tagline, and stuff like that. So by using an SEO plugin, there are free ones out there, such as I think SEO Press is the one that I use. I use the pro version, but they have a free version. There is Rank Math, which I think it's what Ivan really likes, right? And then there is Yoast SEO, which is the most popular one, okay? And quite a couple of them out there. So I use SEO Press with SEO plugin. You will then be able to, set your meta titles, meta descriptions, right, and set also set your open graph title descriptions and images, and also to unindex certain pages, right? So with a SEO plugin, the first thing that you want to do is to unindex your cart and checkout pages. Okay, so when you go to a website, right, and you add the item to cart, that's the cart, and then you go to a cart page. They'll ask you, this is your cart. Then before you go to the checkout page, right? So that's called a cart page. So usually what happens is that the cart page has very little information, right? So Google will, in the first place, will likely not even show that page in the search results, right? Same goes for your checkout page, because you can't even go to the checkout page if there is no item in your cart, right? So what I'll do is to unindex these two pages, and also unindex any thin content pages. So some of you might be using WooCommerce, and you are making use of the product tags. You're making use of the product tags, and those product tags sometimes you probably only have like a couple of products in there. Personally, for me, I would unindex all product tag pages. Okay, I will unindex all product tag pages. So if you have very little content on that page, then I would recommend you to unindex them. Don't show them up on Google, because the less pages that you have on your website, the higher frequency of Google crawling your website again. Okay, so why do you want Google to come in all the time? Is because whenever you make changes, right? So like maybe some of you sell uh let's say tech products or mobile products or whatever it is. There's always new products coming up, and you'll probably be adding new products into your website every now and then. So if you have Google to be able to come in all the time and crawl your website, then they will be able to show those new products up on the search results much faster, so that you can get more traffic, right? So the next thing with your SEO plugin as well is, as I mentioned, you can set your SEO meta titles and meta description. So let's see. Okay, in case you guys don't understand what that is, for example, this one is my website right here. Okay, so this one is the title. Okay, and then this is the meta description. Okay, so this is the meta title, this is the meta description. So your page title and your meta title can be different, right? Can be different. So whatever you show on Google does not necessarily has to be your page title, right? So that's called the SEO meta title and the meta description, right? So if you have write a good meta description, you may be able to help more people to come into your website. Okay, so and then I forgot to kind of show you the SEO audit tool, right? This is the one that I use, and they will actually show me the kind of errors that I get on my website. So they will actually do an audit like every week, right? So these are some of the pages that weren't loading properly, so I can click on this just to check if they are loading correctly. Any pages that are having errors, any so these are like some images that possibly we might have deleted them, and then we got to replace those images in there, right? So this tool helps you to fix up any on-page SEO issues. They have tell you where your problems are. Okay, so the next thing that these SEO plugins can do is to help you to set your open graph title, descriptions, and images. So what this is like, whenever when you paste a link on, let's say, Facebook. If I would go to Facebook right now, okay, and let's say I were to put a link here. Okay, so for example, I use this link here, and then I paste it in here, right? Okay. Okay, so there we go. If I were to paste this in here, Facebook is going to show like a what do you call it, a picture here, right? So this one is called the open graph image, and then this one will be the open graph title and the open graph description. Okay, so when you share these links on your WhatsApp or whatever it is, right? WhatsApp or like Telegram, whichever that you use, it's also making use of this open graph tag, so that it looks better. It gives more information when people start sharing your website to others. Okay, so it does not help with the SEO, by the way. It doesn't help you to rank higher, but it's much better for easier for people to share your content. And this is something that you guys want to pay attention on. It's make use of 301 redirects, right? When your products are discontinued and you don't need the page anymore, right? So for example, you have iPhone 7, then iPhone X, and then let's say iPhone 11, right? So if when you were selling iPhone 7 and now iPhone X is out, you stop selling iPhone 7, then what you want to do with the normally what we want to do with the page is that we want to either set it to like, oh, this is no longer available, you can click this and check out the latest version. Okay, but by doing that, then your site gets bigger because you got more and more pages to hold, right? So what you can do is that you can do a redirection. Okay, so when the products are no longer there, you can redirect them from iPhone 7 page to the iPhone X page. Okay, so that's what these SEO plugins do. I think if you use Rank Math, or maybe SEO Press, this feature 301 redirect is actually included in the free plugin itself, right? But I can't be too sure about that, just because I use the pro version, right? So just make sure you check if they have this feature. If not, you can make use of a free plugin. It's called Redirection. You can search for it in the WordPress plugin repository. It comes with that free plugin to do redirection for you. So the next thing is speed optimization of your website. So if your website takes too long to load, sometimes the Google bot not able to crawl your website at all as well. So what you want to be doing it also of course gives your users a better experience. If it takes a long time, then your conversion rate is going to come down, right? People are less likely to stay on your website, and then of course they don't end up buying anything. So I won't go too deep into this, but what I recommend is that you can make use of a general purpose theme that is super lightweight. Okay, so you can make use of Blocksy, right? In case some of you don't know, it's BLOCKSY, right? So from what I know, I think this one is the one that loads the fastest. Okay, but personally, I'm using Cadence, Kadence, right? So that's the one that I use. But anyone, I think the differences is very small. It's like zero point 0.1 or 0.2 seconds difference in the load speed, right? So but Blocksy, from what I heard, is of course the faster one. I use Cadence. Okay, so then the next thing that you want to be doing is that with an e-commerce site, we have a lot of product images, right? And these images are going to slow down your website because these images got to be uploaded at a certain you know size. Otherwise, it's not clear when people expand the image and try to view it, right? So what you want to do is to make use of this plugin. Is called Short Pixel. Okay, Short Pixel to optimize your images. So personally, I've done a YouTube video. I compared quite a few different uh image optimizer. So what these tools do is that let's say your picture is 500 KB, right? They can actually turn it into a smaller size while retaining the same image quality. So the picture looks the same, but now the file size is smaller, so it loads faster on your website, right? So and for Short Pixel, right, if you use the lossy compression, which is the highest compression that they have, you can actually bring it down by about 70% of on average 70%. Of course, it depends on the picture itself, right? But I can bring it down to about 70% of the size. So that means if it's like 500 KB, right, you can bring it down to about maybe 150 KB, right? So Shop Pixel is the best, and the free plugin that they give to you, I think you can optimize like 100 images per month or something like that. Okay. Otherwise, there are a few others that are out there. There's Tiny PNG, which is I think would be the second best, and then quite a couple of them like Smoosh, WP Vivid, whatever it is, right? So next thing is you want to, if it's possible, make use of a content delivery network, or what we call CDN, right? So what a CDN does is, let's say you only host your website on your hosting provider itself. It's going to load from that server itself, right? So that means the images and everything are all loaded from the server. But if you use a CDN, then a CDN is like there are servers around the world. Okay, then pictures are actually loaded from the CDN itself. Images are actually loaded from the CDN itself rather than everything from your server. So it doesn't just makes it load faster for people who are, let's say, far away from Hong Kong. Let's say your website is in Hong Kong, and they are far away from Hong Kong. They are visiting your website. It's going to load faster for them, but also it reduces the your server um uh usage, right? So you can have more bandwidth so that you can actually have more traffic coming to your website before your website starts to slow down, starts to slow down, right? So you can also use the WebP format, because it's even smaller size for your images, right? You can make use of ShopPixel to show this format instead of your JPEGs or PNG images, right? So your site loads even faster, right? And then you want to make use of this free plugin here. Okay, it's called Asset Cleanup. Okay, so sometimes we install a lot of plugins, right? Because it's like in the WordPress repository, everything is free, and then we just install, right? So that's not so what you want to be doing is to make sure that you can you deactivate certain plugins, right? That's not needed on certain pages. So for example, you probably don't need a bunch of stuff to that appears on your checkout page, right? And then your checkout page slows down and people give up buying, right? So you want to make use of asset cleanup to deactivate some of these plugins, and also to minify some of your JavaScript and CSS codes, right? So if you view your, let's say if you go to your website, you press on F12 and you look at the, you know, the the code, the coding of your site itself, there's a lot of spaces in between, right? So what Minify does is that it removes those spaces and makes the script smaller so that it loads faster as well. Okay, and you also want to enable browser caching. I think there are free plugins that enable browser caching for you. So what browser caching does is that when people come back to your website again, they are going to load faster because some of these assets are going to be stored on their browser so that they come back again, it loads faster, right? So this is just some general idea, right? I'm not to be honest, I'm not the expert, but this is actually what I do. There are probably better ways as well to improve your site speed, but this will be the general idea here. The next thing is we're going to be talking about is the content optimization. So a lot of time, what we do is that we grab a product from somewhere, right? Let's say we sell iPhone or whatever it is, that there's a product that's out there. We'll grab that product um, picture and the what do you call it, the product descriptions and stuff like that, and we just copy and paste it on our product pages, right? So so what happens is that a lot of times there isn't uh what do you call that, the content of the product pages are not strong enough because there isn't enough content on it. So what you want to be doing is you can try to write it yourself, or you can make use of because nowadays there are what we call AI writing tools, right? They actually write stuff for you. You can actually generate product descriptions making use of this tool here called content bot, right? So they also have a WordPress plugin that you can make use of. So for example, this is content bot, right? And then you can actually write, for example, where is it? Product description. Let me see. Okay, so you can actually use like, okay, product description, and if you are good at writing, then of course you don't need this tool, right? But if you want some help when it comes to writing, then you can make use of this tool here. So let's say Razer Dev Adder gaming keyboard with, sorry, this is the product name, and then backlight, and what called something like that. And then you just generate, and it gives you some output here that you can actually make use of to help you to improve the content, right? So right, you can see that they actually write stuff for you in here, right? And uh, you can also make use of a content board to uh, to to actually help you to generate your meta descriptions as well, right? So they do have a SEO meta description generator, right? So you can actually use it to generate for you, right? Okay, so they have this feature as well, and also a bunch of other features, right? So I use it for many situations. So another thing is, of course, if you use rank math, SEO press, or Yoast, or whatever it is, when you have the content in your pitch or post itself, it will actually give you a score, right? So it helps you to optimize the content for you, right? So you can make use of these SEO plugins for that purpose. And off-page SEO, right? So basically what you want to be doing is I'm just giving you some ideas in here. It's not like a in-depth like step by step how to do it, but here what you want to be doing is of course to build backlinks, right? So how do you build backlinks? For first thing that you can do is to reach out to businesses that have a blog and ask them if you can submit a blog to them, right? So for example, I have recently been published on this these sites over here. Right, so I have I was what I did was I submit a post to them for them to publish my post, and then what they'll do is that they'll give me a backlink in return to, this actually goes to my website, right? It links to my website. So this one over here, right, also I mean, they interviewed me and then they give me a backlink as well to my website. So it helps me to rank higher in the search results. Okay, so this is called like guest posting, right? So you know, reach out to people, to the businesses within your industry itself, ask them, hey, could we submit a blog to you and have a backlink? Okay, so another way is to look for KOL, right? I know in Hong Kong you guys call we call them influencers. I think you all call them KOLs, and you want to offer them free products in exchange for a blog review on their website. So and there's a super easy way to do this. Let me see. You can just search for KOL, something like that, and you can join like some groups like this. And that's actually what we did for our key site, right? You can actually post and say, hey, we are looking for bloggers that could review our product. And what you do is that you a lot of times, usually the big ones, the big influencers, the big KOLs, they're gonna ask money from you for sure. But there are a lot of small ones, okay, that they you just need to give them your product for free. Okay, so that means you give them your product for free, they will already do it for you already. Okay, so they give them the product for free, they will write something for you. So we have already in fact done a few, just that I don't have the links to show you right now. This is what I would recommend to help you to rank higher in the search results. Okay, so the next thing about is Facebook ads and YouTube ads, right? So Facebook ads, it's is if you know how to create a converting viral Facebook ads, then your cost is going to be very low, because Facebook ads charges you for per 1,000 impressions. So that means if Facebook ads is going to show these ads 1,000 times, okay, and they will charge you a fee for that. I think in Singapore, if you don't do any targeting at all, it costs maybe about 20 over Singapore dollars. So in Hong Kong, it's probably about $100 or so. Of course, it depends, right? Because maybe Hong Kongers have a higher purchasing power, then maybe the cost might be higher as well. But in Singapore, it's about 20 over dollars. Then in Hong Kong, let's say it's $100, right? So that means per view of your ad, sorry, one per impression of your ad is going to be like 0.1 cent in Hong Kong dollars, right? 0.1 cent in Hong Kong dollars, likely around this range, right? I can't be too sure because I don't run ads in Hong Kong. Uh, but when someone shares your ad, okay, it shares the post of your ad itself, Facebook does not charge you any money for that at all. So it's basically free. It's free when it goes viral. right? So that's something to take note of. So when you create your ads, try and make sure it is really captivating so that people get curious and then they want to share it, because then you get more impressions, you get more traffic to your website without paying a big fee, right? Okay, but before you even start running ads, be sure to install the Facebook pixel on your website. So you can actually do this with the Facebook for WooCommerce plugin. It's a plugin that is created by Facebook themselves, and it's on the WordPress plugin repository. It's free, and the good thing about this plugin is that it also has the Facebook conversion API. Okay, so what happens? It means that because right now there's this privacy issue, right? The iOS, I think 14.5 update, something like that. It basically if anyone who uses an iPhone, they are not being tracked uh at all by Facebook anymore. So by using this plugin, right, what happens is that when people come onto your website, they purchase something from you. Okay, you can use the Facebook conversion API to send this data to Facebook ads and exclude them from your ads, because you don't want someone to see your ad, purchase it, right, and still see the ads, because then you'll be spending money on someone that does not convert, right? So you end up paying more money. So by using the this free plugin from Facebook for WooCommerce, right, you will be able to exclude them from your ads, so you pay less money right here. And one ad channel that a lot of people actually don't explore is YouTube ads. Okay, YouTube ads has a lot of different ones. Okay, but those that when you guys go onto YouTube and watch a video, there's always like a pre-roll video that comes on, right? Where you got to watch 5 seconds before you can skip it, right? I mean, all of you know what I'm talking about, right? Of course, I use YouTube Premium nowadays, but I know that YouTube Free, that's what they do, right? You basically just click on skip, right? After 5 seconds, you can skip the video. Okay, so what happens is that this is actually a loophole. It's kind of like a loophole because YouTube ads does not charge you any money at all. Okay, take note of this. YouTube ads, Google does not charge you any money at all if people skip the ad before 30 seconds. Understand this? Okay. Anyone who skips the ad before 30 seconds, you will not be charged at all. Okay. So a lot of times when you see ads that end at 29 seconds, this is the reason why. Okay, because they don't want you to go over 30 seconds. If you like the ad, you want to buy the product, or you are interested to finding out more, uh you can click on it, which then the advertiser got to pay, right? So it's either they click on it, or it's either you click on it or you watch more than 30 seconds, then the advertiser got to pay, right? So if you are really interested, you probably have clicked on the ad. If not, they don't want to waste money on you for the ad to go more than 30 seconds. Okay, so this is something for you to take note, and this is great for brand awareness, because you don't have to pay anything if people are not interested. If people don't click on it, people skip it, they will still see your ad. They'll still see your logo that comes on. They'll still say, oh, we are WordPress, development company. We are called Human Made. It's like where Sam is from, right? It keeps appearing without you having to pay money at all. Right? So that's something to take note of. All right. So if people, they see your ad somewhere and you show them YouTube ads, it's just good for brand awareness. People just remember you better, right? Okay, so next thing is Google Shopping ads. So this is a highly um, neglected marketing channel. It's called Google Shopping ads, right? The cost of Google Shopping ads, right, is super low, right? Because Google is trying to compete with Amazon, right? Because a lot of times, what happens is that people actually go, at least for people in the US, people don't go to Google to search for products anymore because people just type in Amazon.com and then go in there and search for products. So Google is actually losing that search share for products, right? For product-based terms, right? So Google is trying to compete with them. So what happens is that in fact, Google is now showing all your e-commerce products, right, on Google itself without you having to pay any money at all. But you can now use you can also make use of Google Shopping ads because they convert really well. Okay, because people search for the product, right, and then they click on your ad, they buy, it's they already searching for the product, right, so they already have that intention to purchase. So that Google Shopping ads is very powerful for that. Okay, for us in Singapore here, we pay, of course it depends on the industry, depends on the keywords that you're talking about, but we pay about 7 cents per click. So Singapore dollars, so it will cost you roughly about 39 to 40 cents Hong Kong dollars. So that's not a big amount, right? So and for us, we're actually getting a return on ad spend that's as high at that is very high, that it's actually 9 times. So what it means is that every $1 we pay to Google for the shopping ads, we actually get $9 back. That's a very high amount, right? That's actually a very high amount, right? Because you are likely going to be making a profit from there, right? At 9 times. Okay, so this is actually I would say sort of like a secret method that nobody knows about. And the next thing is community, right? And I think that this is something that a lot of people don't do, because it takes effort, but the returns is really amazing. Okay, the first thing is that you want to build a community of passionate people, uh, passionate people. So, for example, let's say you sell products, let's say badminton products. So you sell the shuttlecocks, you sell the rackets, you sell the grips, whatever it is, or you sell services to restring your badminton rackets. Okay, so what you do is that you want to create a community of uh, people who are into badminton. Okay, so so what I highly recommend is to make use of Facebook groups. Okay, Facebook groups. Uh, okay, firstly is that don't bother with Facebook pages. They are like useless right now. Facebook pages are really just meant for you to run ads. It's a waste of time because Facebook page, we only get about 5% organic reach. So for example, myself, my page has about 1,000 over people. Every time I post something, the reach is only about 50, and that's just a waste of time, right? Because 50 people are going to see only. So if you use Facebook groups, however, the reach can be as high as 70 to 80%. Okay, so for example, just now we are in this KOL blogger group, right? So if the admin posts something or anyone posts anything in here, this reach can actually be up to 70%. So this is 7,000 people, right? So we have, let me just bring up a calculator here. So 7,000, you get 70%. Sorry, this is 7%. Let's give me a second here. Okay, 70%. We are talking about close to 5,000 people are going to see your post. So if you post something related to your product, you can even have up to 5,000 over people seeing this. And even if it's just, let's say, 20%, Okay, which most of the time, if you have a small group, right, it's actually super easy to get at least 40%. If and let's say you get a bigger group, maybe you got to really have a engaging post. You can have, but most of the time you at least do about 20 to 30%, and that is still thousand over people seeing the post itself. Okay, so so Facebook groups is definitely the way to go, and passionate people are going to contribute into the community as well. But of course, we know Facebook changes all the time, and I would never put all my eggs in Facebook groups. Right, I'll never put all my eggs in Facebook groups. What I would use is so for example, if you were to use WhatsApp, right? If I were to send you a WhatsApp message, I would think like 90% of you or 95% of you, in fact, are going to see that message, right? You because there's that annoying unread notification in there that's gonna make you want to read that, right? But because of how you know people got to use WhatsApp all day, so nowadays people are actually moving these kind of communities away from WhatsApp because it can be very intrusive to their own personal life, right? When all the messages start to come in, you got, let's say, like 500 people in the chat group and talking like crazy is gonna drain your battery very quickly as well. So there I think people are using Telegram. I'm not sure if you use Telegram at all. I don't like using Telegram for that. I think people in Thailand, people in Korea, they'll probably use Line. But I use Discord, right? Discord. A lot of you might have not heard of Discord because it started out from the gaming community because I like to play video games, right? So this is Discord right here, right? This is Discord right here. I got like how many people are in here? I have 300 over people in my Discord channel, right? So Discord server itself, and what happens is that I can have multiple different categories like this, and I can have private channels as well, and I can privately message these people here as well, right? So I can send them a private message as well. So everything is much more organized because let's say you have a badminton based community, you could have events going on, and at the same time you have new products, then you can have a channel. And then, like, for example, I have a channel here that shares all my latest YouTube videos automatically. I mean, that's you can also do some automation with Discord, right? So you can have YouTube videos automatically posted in here, right? So that's what I do. And also so that's what Discord does, and then you can switch between the community, so it's easier for you. So for example, this is the Diablo 2 community here that I join, right? So Diablo 2, right? Because there's a new Diablo 2 game that's coming out, right? So where are we? So that's what I like to use, right? Discord, and it's free as well, right? It's free, and I would think that it's quite fun as well, right? So the next thing that we're going to be talking about, so we already covered traffic, right? Traffic. The next thing is to yes, Lim, it's similar to Slack, but it is better than Slack because Slack deletes your messages after the 30,000 mark, right? If you're using the free plan, okay? But of course, we are not going to be paying for the paid plan, right? Because people join, otherwise you can't have people joining the community itself. So what I recommend is to make use of Discord for that purpose, right? Discord for that purpose, okay? And you can send like files as well, pictures, videos, and stuff like that in there. And Discord stores everything for you, right? But Slack removes them. So that's why I don't use Slack. I use Discord for that. Okay, so very good question from Lim. Okay, Discord came from like the gaming community because people can just use Discord. They can have a audio call, right? And then they have audio channels in here inbuilt, right? Audio channels. Where is it? Let me switch back to my channel here. Okay, so if you guys want to join my server as well, because I talk about SEO, e-commerce in here as well. It's go.decisivemarketer.com/Discord, and you can join my channel here, right? It's my server here is free. They have a voice channel, so what happens is that you can just instantly join the voice channel, and then you can start playing video games together. That's the idea. But of course, we can use it more for not just for video gaming, but for other things as well, right? You can just use it for community. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is how to increase your average order value. Okay, so this is something that the first step, of course, is to get traffic coming to your website. Otherwise, you wouldn't have customers, right? Then the next step is to make use of is to actually now that you have customers, you want to increase the average order value, so that every time someone comes to your website and they purchase something from you, you can make them buy more, right? You can make them buy more. Okay, so what average order value is the on average, how much is the value of each transaction. Okay, so let's say you got 100 customers coming to your website and buying something. Some buy $20 product, some buy $100 product, some buy $35 product, and then let's say your average is $55. Okay, then that would be the average order value. That means every time, and this number is very important for you, because if you know that you're going to be getting $55, okay, and then you will roughly be able to calculate, oh, what's my cost, and then what's your profit. So let's say your profit is $40, then you can be able to run your ads knowing that you shouldn't be spending more than $40 to get a customer, right? So this number here is important for you to understand. At least if you want to make money on the front end, you shouldn't be spending more than $40. But of course, you could, let's say, spend $50 and lose $10 on the front end. But let's say you have something that gets the customer coming back and buying from you again, then of course you are going to be making money from there, right? Okay, so next is the first the first thing that you want to be doing is, this has nothing to do with increasing the average order value, but it helps improve your conversion rate, right? Is to make use of a distraction-free checkout page. A distraction-free checkout page. So a distraction-free checkout page means that there is no header and no footer on the web the checkout page itself, so that there's no distraction. Because if you are in the checkout page and there's menu up there, or maybe I'll go and check out other products again, or maybe I'll go and click on your about us or whatever it is, and then I get distracted and then I don't purchase after. So that's not what you want to do. When people land on the checkout page, you want them to be focused on filling up their payments, is their billing address, and payment information, and pay you money, right? So that's the important thing there. So what you want to be doing is, because it differs from team to team, right? So I can't tell you what works, what doesn't work. I can't tell you how to do it. uh, but some teams, they would have a page template that gives you a blank page, a blank template. So that's what you want to be using. And then you just need to insert the WooCommerce checkout shortcode. It will show the checkout page, and then people can make purchases from there, right? Uh, the next thing is that you want to make use of order bumps. Okay, so these are what order bumps is. Okay, so this is what we have on our website, is that after they select the payment method, right, but before the place order button, we can show them a product, and we usually put a discount on that as well. Like if they buy it on the front end, it's going to be $12.90. But if they buy it from here, they get, I think, like 10%, is it 10 or 15% discount here, right? So all they need to do, right, is to just click on this checkbox, right? It will automatically add this into their cart, and then they can click on the place order, and then they will end up buying this, together with what they already have in their cart at a discount. Okay, so that's what order bumps is. And then you can make use of upsells or one-click upsells, right? So upsells is already inbuilt within WooCommerce itself. When you set up your products, you can set the upsells within WooCommerce, the product itself. So you can actually type like a related product, and then you can just set that up. So there is upsells and cross sales features that's already inbuilt within WooCommerce, but you can make use of this thing called one-click upsells, or because the picture is a little bit overlapping here. So or if you go online, people talk about OCU. That's what this is, right? One-click upsells. So how one-click upsells work is that, so just now you see the checkout, right? So this is the checkout. They click on the place order button. So what happens is that it will not take them to the confirmation page yet. It will take them to a page where you show an offer, right? And then they can choose if they want to buy it or not. There will be like maybe a yes or no button. And if they click yes or no, then they will land on the thank you page. If they click on yes, it's automatically built together within the same payment itself, right? So that's what one-click upsell does. Okay, so this is what Amazon does as well. So it helps you to increase your average order value. So what I use, right, to get all this thing done is making use of this tool called Woo Funnels. Okay, this tool called Woo Funnels right here, right? What they do is that they have a checkout page already done for you, right? So it's a distraction-free checkout page that's already done for you. Not sure if they have any templates in here, right? So yep. So like this will be it's a bit small, but it's they already removed the header and footer for you. It's a optimized checkout page. Okay, and on top of that, right, there are other tools that does this as well. One of them is called cart flows, which I think it's what Ivan is using, but I don't recommend the cart flows because WooFunnels is way better in a sense that they have this feature called conditional. They have this conditional logic feature. That means, let's say you have let's say you sell iPhone and Samsung, right? You have iPhone and Samsung, right? So if you buy the iPhone, then I can upsell you a lightning cable, right? Lightning charging cable, right? But if it's a Samsung phone, I got to sell you the USB C Type C cable, right? So it's a different product, right? So what happens is with card flows, you can't actually set that the upsell is going to be which cable itself. So that you got iPhone and Samsung, and then you got lightning cable and type C cable, right? So with WooFunnels, you can set that if the item that is in the cart is an iPhone, you will upsell the lightning cable, or the order bumps can be a lightning cable. But if you buy a Samsung, then it's going to be a type C cable, right? USB type C cable. So with cart flows, you are able to do that. You're not able to do that in cart flows, which is one of the tools out there. So you can basically make the product suggestions very customized and personalized to what people are actually buying, right? With the WooFunnels tool over here. Okay, and then last tip that I have to share is called the lifetime value of the customer itself. Okay, so the lifetime value is how much a customer spend with you throughout their lifetime. Okay, how much money a customer spend with you throughout the lifetime of the relationship with you over their lifetime, right? So So what you want to be doing is this. You need to have a way to continue the communication with your customer. Okay, you want to have a way to continue that conversation with your customer. So uh so you what I recommend is that you have an omni-channel uh way to connect with your customers, because so in the past we always use email marketing, right? And I still believe in email marketing as well, because it's still making a lot of money for me. Just I think last year, just automated emails itself, I did 160,000 Singapore dollars. So that's quite a good amount as well. But emails are only going to get you an open rate of about 40%, even if it's like targeted, right? You clean up everything. People just not everyone opens your email. That's the thing, right? You only get about 40 to up to 60%. Maybe if you are really good, you can get up to 70%. But that's just the open rate, right? And then you still people open, but they don't necessarily click on it as well. So what I would recommend is that not everyone checks their emails every day. Like for myself, I don't check my email every day, although I try to, but I don't check my emails every day as well. So what you can do is to make use of push notification as well. So sometimes you go to certain websites, there is a small little pop-up that asks you, do you want to receive notification? So if people click on that, you can do a push notification that they will be able to see on their mobile phone, or if they're on their computer, they will actually see like if you're using like Windows 10, which I'm using right now, they have like this notifications here, right? And also sometimes it will pop up right here. I can roughly show you, like for example, if I open up my this tool here, right, then you'll see those notifications start popping in a moment. Oops, sorry, there we go. Right, that's why I haven't opened it up yet. Okay. Okay, it doesn't show up, but by right it should show up, like there's some notification in here, right? And then of course, as I mentioned, right, WhatsApp, everyone's going to read their WhatsApp. In fact, I read WhatsApp more than my SMSs right now, right? My messages. So what you can do is make use of SMS or WhatsApp. Of course, you got to pay for the SMS or WhatsApp feature. Okay, but it costs like very little money. It's like maybe a couple of cents. It's not even cents, but like 0.0 cents kind of thing, right? So it's a small amount, but it's going to help you to get better reach as well. So you can sometimes broadcast some messages to your customers, right? And uh also the next one is of course to get your customers to then join your community, because you then can have a better reach, right? So what I recommend is of course your Facebook groups and Discord server itself. Okay, because these are free tools that you can get people to join. Okay, so that's all I have actually. Any question here so far? Any questions here so far from anyone? Feel free to type in the chat, and any question regarding e-commerce. I will try my best to share them with you. Okay, so some of these tools are that I recommend to you guys. They are paid solutions, but these are probably the best in what they do. Okay, right? So if not, then this is the you can actually scan the QR code here. I think because the font is not loading correctly. Let me just show you, right? Let me just fix this over here. Okay, right. So you can actually go to this link here, and you'll be able to access the video that I have. Any AMP plugins, you can recommend to go with WooCommerce. I actually don't use any AMP plugins at all. Because I like the normal pages being able to show the content that I have, because I have like pop-ups, exit intent pop-ups to try and capture more emails from my customers and stuff like that. So I actually don't use AMP at all. But you can, if you want to, you can try and enable AMP on your, maybe your blog pages, right? So these are, the ways that you can connect with me. This is my Facebook, my Discord, my Twitter, my LinkedIn, and my Instagram uh, profile, right? So you all can connect with me. Okay. Otherwise, that's all I have, right? Let me just stop sharing. Right. So I hope you guys got value out of it. Any questions so far? Okay, you're welcome, right, Lim? Okay. If not, you guys can feel free to connect with me in my whichever channel that you want to reach out to me. I do highly recommend you all to join my Discord channel. There are a lot of people in there, and a lot of other experts in there as well. Okay. So otherwise, I don't think that Ivan is going to come back in, right? So Mikhail asked the best team provider for WooCommerce. Personally, as I mentioned, I use Cadence. Okay. I have not really tested it out myself, but let me just share an article that it's online. I think fastest loading WooCommerce teams. Let's see. I can't remember which it was, right? But let's see. Nope, this is not the one. Doesn't tell you the, maybe it's this one, right? Based on testing. Okay, sorry, this WooCommerce team is this one. Okay, so like for example, there's a comparison here, right? So there are a few ones that are, good ones, right? So like Generate Press, but I heard, I've never used it myself, but I heard that it's a little bit more technical for people to use. Might not be that easy for a beginner, right? And then Astra, so I also have Astra, but I opt for what I use is actually this one, Cadence, right here today. I used to use Astra, and then there is Block C right here. So where is it? Okay, so there's a comparison table here. So do they have the speed here? So like these are the ones that are the faster loading ones. Okay. But of course the so yeah, Block C, it's you can see that it's quite fast. Otherwise, I think this one is pretty good as well. Okay. So something for y'all to consider, right? It seems like this one is even faster, but I use Cadence, which is also very fast. But one thing to note that is, this table, right? It's always not super accurate because sometimes they are testing with the GT metrics, and GT metrics, to be honest, is not super accurate as well, because every time you test, right, even like without caching, it gives you different results as well. So yeah. Okay, so I use Cadence, but I think most people are always talking about like Cadence and Bloxy. So I think any one of them would work, right? Um, I feel that I do feel that Cadence might not be the best for WooCommerce because they don't really have like a what do you call it, a nice the search feature for Cadence doesn't seem to be very good, in my opinion. So I'm still trying stuff out. I'm using Cadence now, but when I build another new site, then I will try using Bloxy. Okay, so these are the ways to connect with me. Hope you guys got value out of this here. And I think using a good team would be great, but some of these are they do have a free version, but I think that like the free version only works for the desktop, right? Like mobile, you can't optimize it or something like that. I don't really know how it works. I just make use of the paid version because then all the features are unlocked, so it becomes easier for me to build the site the way that I want it. Okay. Any questions here so far? Ivan just sent a message to me. So, if not, I think we can end this. If you have any questions after this meetup, you can feel free to reach out to me as well. And because Ivan is not here, so I'll just call it a day, right? Bye, everyone. Bye bye. See you.